Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to another review of The King's Affection, or should I say welcome back to the last review of The King's Affection. Before I start the review though, I just want to say thank you so much. Thank you for tuning in to my review for each episode. You guys have been very engaging. You guys have been commenting on your thoughts on certain things like the characters or the storyline. You guys have been answering my questions when I was confused on certain stuff. So I just want to say thank you so much for being on this ride with me. And now back to the episode. This was a pretty good finale. And should I say it before I talk about it? I love that it had a happy ending. Well, I wouldn't say for some of the characters, but I am happy that our main characters got a happy ending. So first, at the beginning of the episode, we have the invasion. SangHeon's army is invading the palace. We got Hwi's army against SangHeon's army. And then eventually it came down to just Hwi and Jiun. But then Jiun's dad came into the rescue. And fought alongside with Jiun. Even though Jiun's dad was badly hurt, he still went after SangHeon, tried to kill him, but instead he was fighting off SangHeon's guards, but then ended up getting stabbed by SangHeon himself. And Jiun, he sees that his dad is dying. Eventually he does die and Jiun cries. And man, well, first their relationship was rocky. We know that. But just when their relationship was getting better, this happens. It's sad. I'm frustrated. But here's the thing. We sort of knew that it was going to happen. If we all created a list of the top 5 characters who were going to be taken out in the finale of this drama, I would confidently say that 100% of us would say that Jiun's dad would be part of that list. But again, in the end, it's still sad. And then we got SoEun versus Wonsan. I called it in my last review that these two were going to face each other again, and they did. Wonsan was about to strike Jaeon, but then Grandma came into the rescue until she was taken away, and then eventually Wonsan did strike at Jaeon, killing him. And then Wonsan was about to strike at SoEun, but then Gaon came into the rescue and took a strike at Wonsan and fought off his guards. After the fight, everyone is telling Hwi that he should leave, but Hwi knows that SangHeon is not gonna stop. Plus, so many people have died, and Hwi is planning to meet up with SangHeon and give up the throne to Wonsan. Now, the scene between Jiun and Hwi before they met up with SangHeon, it was like saying goodbye. In my mind, I'm thinking, oh man, it's like saying goodbye and one of them is gonna die. Then we get to the meetup. It's between Hwi and SangHeon. Hwi is ready to receive punishment and give up the throne. Interestingly, SangHeon does not blame Hwi for everything. There were others who were part of the situation that led up to this point. We all know that. And interestingly, SangHeon's last act of kindness was to give Hwi a bowl or a cup, whichever you want to call it. It looks like a bowl to me, of herb tea. And it looks like the same herb tea that Hwi's dad drank before he died. At the same time, we see Court Lady Kim is about to hang herself. We saw this in the trailer. The reason behind that was she knew that Hwi was going to die because Hwi told her to brew the tea, which Hwi and SangHeon are drinking right now, with what I think is sonangcho, the poisonous plant. Thankfully, Unuch, Hong, and Gaon came in right on time. I mean, there were so many dead people at the beginning of the episode. We don't need Court Lady Kim to be one of them. And she told Jiun to save Hwi. Well, to save time, I guess she also told him everything that she did. This is where we find out that the brewed tea, before SangHeon brought in his tea, his act of kindness, the tea that they drank before was the tea that Hwi told Court Lady Kim to brew it with the poisonous plant. And then we see both of them coughing up blood and SangHeon's dead. And then we see Hwi, she was alive a bit, but then she fainted it. And then this led to the dream, which we also saw in the trailer of Jiun and Dami getting married. And in that dream, she was happy. Her brother was alive. She's marrying Jiun. And then we get to the post-battle and the trial. So first, Hwi, he's alive and it's all over. Grandma tells the guards to take SangHeon's body outside the palace. No funeral, no burial. Good, he doesn't deserve it. And then she tells Hwi, I'm gonna tell the officials that you're dead. And I want you to go somewhere where people don't know you so you can live your life and not receive punishment. But Hwi knows that as long as the secret is still being kept in the palace and Eon takes the throne, it's just going to lead to more trouble down the line, probably more than what they just went through. So this has to end now. And then we get to the trial. Eon is the king now, King Eon. That has a nice ring to it. And Hwi is ready to accept punishment. Thanks to SoEun's dad, he pretty much convinced everyone that this whole situation is not Hwi's fault. It was predetermined because of other people's involvement. And in the end, King Eon, again, has a nice ring to it, King Eon made the decision to sentence Hwi to SangHeon so Dami can live her life. And this decision was also influenced by Jiun, who begged Grandma to make it happen. And then we get to the ending, or should I say, the happy ending. This is what we all wanted. So first, I love that Gaon took on the commander role after Commander Yoon. That's pretty cool. And took an interest on Youngji. That's pretty cute. Hwa is now living among the commoners and she looks happy. That's good. And for Jiun and Dami, they look like that they're living well in SangHeon, and just seeing these two together, happy, actually happy, and not worrying about anything, it just melts your heart. And I'm happy for those characters, but there's one character I'm still curious about, is SoEun. What happened to her? Where's her happy ending? I mean, the last time we saw her was in the last episode, breaking off the marriage and pretty much having her heart broken. Remember when I said that Hwa's only role was to be heartbroken? Was it SoEun the entire time? What do you guys think? So my thoughts on the drama, I'm giving this drama a 9.5 out of 10. This was a pretty good drama and I would recommend this to anyone. It did what it was supposed to do. Hate characters, like characters, confuse us. Oh boy, it did. And adding plot twist after plot twist. But overall, it gave us no answers to what the ending was going to be. And that was the main reason why we kept watching. It wasn't the romance, I could tell you that. Let me talk about the romance. There were 5 people part of the romance. Too much, in my opinion. But if the romance was the main reason why we kept watching, then for the romance, it would have been a situation where who would the main character would choose to end up with at the end. But here's the thing. That type of concept does not apply to the King's Affection because our main characters chose who they want to be with. Dami wants to be with Jiun. Jiun wants to be with Dami. So the romance wasn't the main reason why we kept watching. It was because we wanted to know what the ending was going to be. We came up with our theories, our own theories to what the ending was going to be. And because of not knowing, it led us to continue watching this drama, tuning in to every episode to finding out if Hwi and Jiun were going to be together, were they going to live, were they going to die. And because it led us to continue watching this drama, I respect that. I think I would have written the romance part of the story a little bit different. First, I would have kept it as 4 people, leaving out Hwa. Give Hwa maybe the best friend role or something, but leave it as 4 people, tell the same story, leading up to SoEun being chosen to be the next queen. Yeah, it'll create some complications, but at least we have one less person in the romance and one less person to feel bad for. This will lead to SoEun being heartbroken and we're going to feel bad for her, but at least that we get to see a scene of her recovering from being heartbroken and having an acceptable ending. Unlike in this finale, we don't see her at all. Now, there were a lot of deaths in this finale, but I wouldn't say anything surprising though. Well, first, the trailer ruined Prince Jaehyun's death. And Jiun's dad, we knew he was going to die at some point in this episode. And for the guards, well, they're the guards. They have to fight. And yeah, just not anything surprising. I mean, if Eon would have died or Hwi or Jiun, yeah, that would have been surprising and unexpected. And yeah, that's pretty much the gist of my review and the finale episode of The King's Affection. If there's anything I might have missed, please leave it in the comments below. Also in the comments below, I want to know what you guys thought of the finale. Were you happy that it was a happy ending? Were you sad because certain characters died or what? Whatever it is, leave it in the comments below. I really want to know. Other than that, if you like this video, leave a like, comment down below, and subscribe. See ya.